Welcome back. Republicans gained control of the House and Democrats held on to their majority in the Senate. But once again, Georgia is still on the minds of both parties ahead of the Senate runoff election on December 6th, as Democrats hope to put a one-seat cushion on their razor-thin majority. On Wednesday, the Georgia Supreme Court handed down a big victory to Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock's campaign against Republican Herschel Walker. The court rejected an appeal by the Republican Party seeking to prevent early voting tomorrow, claiming it would allow, quote, illegal advance voting. It's the only Saturday Georgians will be able to cast an early vote ahead of Election Day. It comes as the state Supreme Court has just issued a major ruling on abortion, which has become a key issue in this race, reinstating a ban on the procedure after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Joining me now with some more insight into all of this in the Georgia runoff is Atlanta Journal-Constitution politics reporter and NBC News contributor Greg Bluestein. Good to see you, Greg. Thanks for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start right there with this decision by the Georgia Supreme Court to allow early voting tomorrow. How big of a win is that for the Warnock campaign?
Well, look, tens of thousands of Georgians are expected to vote Saturday, and even Republicans were baffled by the opposition from state party and national party leaders towards Saturday voting. Once an appellate court, once a lower court essentially upheld a judge's ruling, they thought the fight was over, and they were baffled to see national and state Republican parties continue this fight. This is a big win for Warnock. If you ask him, he says it's a big win for Georgians, particularly among Georgians who can't vote, who are wage workers and find it hard to vote during weekdays. This gives those voters an outlet to vote on a weekend.
Well, it's a good point. I wonder if we can talk about the other ruling by the state Supreme Court, which is basically to put that 6-week abortion ban back in place. We saw that abortion actually played a larger role in some of these very close races than even some of the polls showed us leading up to Election Day. How big of a deal is this? Could this drive up turnout?
Yeah, look, you're right. The polls can only show us so much. They showed the economy was the #1 issue, but they showed that abortion was number 2, number 3, and still a huge concern to so many voters. And in this case, you have a divide between Herschel Walker and Senator Warnock that is as big as any in this entire race. It's over abortion. Senator Warnock wants to expand abortion rights. Herschel Walker wants to outlaw the procedure in all cases, including the cases of rape or incest. So you couldn't have a starker difference between where they stand. And Democrats, as upset as they are about this ruling, they hope it focuses more attention on abortion rights days before this pivotal runoff.
Yeah, it is certainly a critical issue. That is for sure. Take us inside what you are seeing there on the ground. What are the strategies inside both of these campaigns in the closing days?
Well, it really is all about the base. But it's really interesting because usually runoffs are about turnout. They're about getting that base back out. And you're seeing Herschel Walker really, basically repeat a lot of his campaign lines before the midterm about transgender policies and border security, a lot of the lines that appeal to MAGA voters. But Senator Warnock is taking a different stance. He's really appealing to his core supporters as well as those split ticket voters who back both Governor Brian Kemp and him. And it's not something you usually see in a runoff period in Georgia where you have a candidate going towards middle of the road voters, but there's about 200,000 of them who voted in the midterms. These are voters that back Kemp and not Herschel Walker, and they could be the ticket. They could be the key difference maker for Democrats. And so you hear from Senator Warnock an appeal to these swing voters relentlessly these last few weeks.
That's really interesting. And let me ask you about another Brian Kemp-related aspect, which is if you rewind, the Walker campaign was hoping that Governor Kemp would turn out support for them. How significant is it that he's just not on the ballot right now?
Yeah, no, it's big. It's a big factor. And look, Governor Kemp had a resounding victory over Stacey Abrams, but still, despite the fact that he and other statewide Republicans won clear victories, Herschel Walker didn't. And so the coattails weren't quite there for Herschel Walker. Now Brian Kemp is out on the campaign trail. He's had at least one appearance with Herschel Walker. He's also lent his Get Out the Vote apparatus. He's directed that machine he built to help Herschel Walker. But look, Democrats have a formidable Get Out the Vote machine as well, and they're kicking it into high gear right now.
All right. Well, Greg Bluestein, we know that you are gearing up for a busy several days ahead until December 6th. We appreciate your taking time to join us.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.